I have two full brand reviews of new brands that have launched at Sephora. These are two brands that are very near and dear to my heart because I basically love everything they make. I obviously do have favorites among the ranges, but I can give you a review of every single product within each of these brands. So let's go. I have two brand reviews in one for skincare and body care at Sephora. They also happen to be two brands that have shown up really frequently in my monthly favorites as well as my yearly favorites. And they're both brands that I think I've said are brands to look out for in the past. So hats off to me. Just kidding. I'm not responsible for any of this. I just happen to like both of them. And I think they make great products. So I'm going to start with skincare for the face, and that is Dieux Skin. Also, I'm in the middle of a wear test. I just filmed this makeup a few hours ago. It's going okay. I will post the video for this look right after this one, so you'll see that shortly. Okay, so Dieux is a play on words, sort of. It's Dieux as in like the French word for two, but also dew, like dewy skin. There are three like co-founders. You may know Charlotte Parler. She makes really great educational skincare content. Marta, who is a friend of mine, who is just like a marketing brand genius. And then Joyce, who is their cosmetic chemist, who I think worked on the SkinCeuticals Triple Lipid Moisturizer. If you know that formula, it's a cult favorite. So this is a brand that's very much powered by super intelligent women, and I really like that. It's also a very streamlined brand, so they only have 5 products, and they're all really, really well thought out and formulated, and they work for a lot of different skin types. The number one product from the brand, in my opinion, is their Deliverance Trinity Serum. This was the very first product I think that they launched, and it is a beautiful, hydrating, calming, brightening serum. If you're not new on my channel, you've probably seen me talk about this. In fact, I like it so much that I have 3 empties here, and then a new one here, and then I have another new one waiting in the wings. All of Dieux Skin's formulas are formulated without fragrance, so that's a great thing for sensitive skin. This is also a great option for sensitive skin because it has this milky, hydrating texture. It includes CBD to help calm the skin. It also contains niacinamide to help with some brightening, to keep the pores looking clear, and it just sinks into the skin so nicely. It plays well with others, and I find it's a really great multitasker. It is on the higher end side. This is $69, I think, for 1 fluid ounce. But for me, it's the kind of thing that can replace a few different serums because it is a complex formula. So like I mentioned, it's milky, it's hydrating, it's calming, it's soothing, it has niacinamide. And so it does the work of hydrating, anti-redness, as well as niacinamide, kind of all packed into one formula. And on most days, if I'm using this, I'm totally happy just doing cleanser, this, and moisturizer because it gives me a sort of well-rounded skin diet. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it also has antioxidants and peptides to help with anti-aging, to help with oxidative stress, all of that good stuff. So that kind of complexity in a formula is something that I look for and expect in a higher end serum. I want it to be a multitasker. And in that sense, you know, obviously there are more affordable serums out there, but you might be looking at 3 or 4 or 5 of them to get all of the ingredients that are just in this one formula. Then there are the Dieux Skin moisturizers. There are 2 moisturizers. They have Air Angel, which is, I think, their latest release, and this is a hydrating gel cream. And then they have their Instant Angel, which is a richer, lipid-rich moisturizer. Let me start with the lighter one first. It's actually what I'm wearing today, and it's my current daytime moisturizer. I love the aluminum packaging. It comes with a pump, and if you have oily skin or you don't like a rich, thick moisturizer, this is a really good one for you, but it's also still very hydrating. So when you pump it out, it has a stiff texture, looks like this, but then it just glides over the skin. It feels like nothing. Air Angel is a really great name for it because it is so weightless on the skin, but it's also still hydrating. With gel creams, I find that sometimes they can pill or they can bunch up under makeup, or they're just not hydrating. They're a little bit too mattifying, but I actually find that this does give me hydration, and then I go in with my SPF on top of it, and even though it's winter right now, it still gives me the moisture and hydration that I need throughout the day. I've also used it in warmer months, and it's great for, especially if you're oily or sweaty, you don't want something heavy. It's really nice for that while still giving your skin the nourishment that it needs. It's also great for sensitized skin because it has urea. It also has squalane to give you that really nice silky texture, and it has a really sort of velvety dry down. So if you want something that isn't going to leave a lot of shine behind, this is great for that. This also contains peptides as well as 10% glycerin. So you're really getting that high level of hydration, even though it is so lightweight. For something richer, or if you have normal to dry skin, or you want something for evening, I think Instant Angel is beautiful. Even though it's on the richer side, I, as someone with combo skin, still really enjoy it. And even during the daytime in the winter, I like it. So this is a truer cream texture. You've got your aluminum tube, and it looks like this. So it comes out on the stiffer side, but it just melts into the most beautiful, comforting, cushiony texture without ever feeling too heavy. Like, I don't know how they do it because this is packed with ceramides. It also has peptides. It contains squalane. It has lipids to help lock in moisture. It's more emollient feeling for sure than the Air Angel, but it still feels lightweight even while being deeply moisturizing and hydrating. I have used this when my skin is really chapped in the winter, when I'm traveling in different climates, and I find it's a very healing moisturizer because of the level of lipids in here and the ceramides in here as well. So if I'm having skin barrier issues, if I'm having any irritation, I know I can turn to this and it will help support my skin barrier and my skin health overall. This also has, interestingly enough, a satiny dry down. It's not matte and it's not velvety, but it has like a satin feel to it. So it's not gonna ever feel greasy on the skin, even though it's a richer moisturizer. And I really like that because I can feel it almost like cocooning the skin. That's the sensation I get from it when I use it at the end of my skincare routine. For eye care, they have their Oracle Reviving Eye Gel. I love this stuff, especially for daytime, because it is so hydrating and it plumps up the under eye skin. It just makes you look really awake and refreshed, but it's so lightweight and it wears beautifully under makeup. It doesn't pill or do anything weird. Again, nothing weird texturally. I think these two actually are very similar in that they both deliver hydration while being quite lightweight. This also contains peptides and antioxidants. It also comes in an aluminum bottle with a pump, which I love. So when you pump it out, it looks like this. It is also a gel cream consistency. And this also has antioxidants and peptides as well, along with no fragrance as with the rest of the brand, and it just sinks in so nicely, but it still delivers hydration to the skin. Like if I have a puffy eye day, if I'm feeling especially tired, I still feel like this smooths out the under eye area. And again, it looks really, really good under makeup while still delivering long-term hydration. You also really don't need a lot of it. So I take about the drop that I squeezed out. I'll take it between my two fingers and work it around my under eyes as well as on my mobile lids, just because I'm prone to puffiness, so that hydration really helps, and I love it. I'm also really excited because the best sister product to this is the Dieux Forever Eye Mask. So I think the packaging for this has changed a bit. Oops. If you're not familiar, you've probably seen these around on Instagram. These are reusable silicone eye patches. So the best way to use these is to take a layer of your eye gel, apply it, and then you can apply it to your under eyes, around your crow's feet, in any direction you want, really. And these are great because they're very thin and they hold product in place. So essentially what they're doing is they're preventing your eye cream from evaporating off your face, which when you normally apply it, that does happen just by virtue of exposure. You are actually kind of sealing that product in and making sure that your skin is really kind of drinking it up. I feel like a lot of brands have come out with reusable silicone eye patches, but these are still my favorite because I find them to be texturally so elegant. They're really thin and lightweight, so they don't slide down your face. Some of the other reusable patches I've tried can kind of like slide down your face over several minutes because the silicone is really thick. But with these, they're so thin that they stay where you put them. I also like that they come in their own little tin, so you can just rinse them off with water or a little soap if you want, dry them off, and you can put them back in here. And mine I've used so many times and they still are in great condition. No tearing, no falling apart or anything like that. To me, this is more of like a skin entertainment thing. I actually think these make great gifts paired with an eye cream. It's the kind of thing that's a little bit more of an indulgence, but I find that people are always really excited to get them and to use them, myself included. So for me, my top product from the brand is still the Deliverance eye cream, but obviously I love everything. After that, I would probably get one of the moisturizers depending on your skin type. I do think the Instant Angel is probably more versatile because I've used this in the summer, even with oily skin. I just use less of it. It's so spreadable that it works that way, or I just like pile it on at night if I want that. Air Angel is so beautiful, cosmetically elegant, but I think it's more for oily to normal skin types. So that is just like a quick review of everything that Dieux Skin has done. But again, I've emptied all of these products several times. It's a brand that I can use at any time, at any point in my skin health, whether my skin is doing great or whether I have dermatitis, rosacea, a flare-up, an allergic reaction. No matter where my skin is at, it's a brand that I know I can use and trust. I've even used it on like post-laser, post-procedure skin, and it's a very healing brand. I think after years of so many actives, like every brand coming out with a million different actives and retinoids and everything, it's just nice to have a brand that I know I can rely on for supporting my skin barrier and skin health. Next, we're moving on to body care, and I'm so excited to see Sephora bringing in more of these sort of niche brands that I've been using for years, but I think really deserve a bigger platform, so I'm excited to see them get more access. The brand that I'm talking about next is Soft Surfaces. I know a lot of you guys have tried the brand since I won't stop talking about them, and this is a body care brand that has really changed the game, I think, because they offer such targeted solutions to specific body care needs, issues, desires, and they do it in such a sleek and really attractive way in terms of their branding. It's really hard for me to pick favorites here because I like everything they do, but there are a few standout things from the brand for me. So one of my most repurchased and most used products is their smoothing solution. This is their old packaging. They've actually revamped their packaging, so it looks like this now. They call this the Calming Gel Exfoliant. It contains 10% lactic acid as well as 5% urea. I love this for back knee, any sort of texture on the arms and legs like keratosis pilaris, that chicken skin feeling. I also love this for preventing ingrown hairs, and it's also great for just smoothing areas that tend to get ashier like elbows and knees. It comes out as a gel texture, so let me show you. I'm also glad that they've revamped the packaging because that was my one major complaint about it. So it just comes out as this clear gel. And even though it is 10% lactic acid, it has urea in it, and I actually find it to be really, really hydrating on its own. So when I use this, I don't necessarily need to go over it then with a moisturizer because this actually hydrates the skin while exfoliating. And it's not so strong that it's like tingling, burning, although body skin tends to be thicker than face skin, so it can stand up to more exfoliation, but I never feel like it's irritating my skin, even though I do have sensitive skin. I use this year round, but it's especially useful in the summer when you're showing more skin. Maybe you're at the beach, you're at the pool, maybe you're sweating, you have more clogged pores. I also happen to have really like I have long, thick hair. So when I have a lot of product in my hair, my neck and like upper back can break out. And I find that this is so, so helpful in smoothing out that area. My next favorite product is the only bar soap that I will touch. I know a lot of you guys feel this way too. This is a product that I will make an exception for, and that is their buffing bar. I also think it's a great value. So you get 2 bars of soap with this micro crystal exfoliant in them. I think it's $28. Each bar lasts a really long time. This is the body exfoliation product that has replaced my liquid body exfoliants. I really like a physical exfoliation when it comes to the body, especially, your limbs, your legs, feet, that sort of thing. But I always find liquid exfoliants like body wash with little bits in it to be really inconsistent. It gets messy, it gets in your grout, in your tiles, in the shower. And it's just not the most elegant experience. And I have found that with the buffing bar, I'm able to get a really even exfoliation and kind of work it. I slough it in circles, like small circles around my arms and legs. And I get the best exfoliation. It just feels so nice. And the exfoliating bits are small, so they're not too abrasive, they're not irritating. I just find that I'm able to really work it the way that I need to, in a way that does not happen for me with a loofah and a body exfoliant that's like a liquid, or even with my hands and a liquid. I just find that that combination doesn't give me the thoroughness and like even exfoliation across my whole body that I am looking for. So it's great, I love it, and I do keep it in its own little like soap dish so that it dries out completely between showers. Soft Services also makes a really cute little soap dish for it, sold separately on their website, but you don't necessarily need that one. I just keep like a vented soap dish so that it actually dries out between showers, and it's gentle enough that I can use it every time I shower also. So just trust me when I say there's a reason why it's the only bar soap that I'll use, and it's because it gives me just the best body exfoliation. Those are probably my top 2 products from the brand, just because they really fit my lifestyle, my needs, and they're also really well formulated products. But I really love everything else too. So for in shower, they have their Comfort Cleanse, which is an ultra soothing shower gel. And this contains 25% glycerin. So you know the Glenzer that Prequel has come out with? This is kind of similar to that in that it's a very hydrating gel cleanser. Also, all of their products are fragrance free, so that also makes it a more versatile option for a lot of different skin types. And this is just really lovely. It's something that feels hydrating. It doesn't strip the skin. I think Comfort Cleanse is a really nice word for it, especially if you're someone that doesn't like to moisturize. I love to moisturize, but if you don't and you don't want a body wash that's stripping, this is great because you're going to come out of the shower not feeling like parched. Your skin will get some hydration from the glycerin. So the buffing bar and the Comfort Cleanse are their 2 wash products, and then there are a couple of other leave-on products. There are 2 essentially like basic moisturizers. So this is Speed Soak. I have a mini, but Speed Soak is a skin rehydrating gel. So it's a gel moisturizer for your body. This is another product that I am familiar with and I've emptied a couple of different times. I think this is a really great option if you're someone, again, that doesn't like to moisturize, if you don't like a heavy moisturizer on the skin. This contains glycerin, it contains squalane, it contains aquoxyl, which helps hydrate the skin, and it absorbs really quickly. It doesn't leave any stickiness behind. It has like a slightly velvety finish. It's actually kind of similar in formula, now that I'm thinking about it, to Air Angel from Dieux Skin. And I will say I have used Soft Services products on my face, and I think they work really beautifully for face skin as well because they're so nicely formulated. But yeah, if you don't like a heavy, rich moisturizer, this is the one for you. If you are looking for a richer moisturizer, this is their Carrier Cream. I say richer, but it still has a beautiful finish to it. It's silky, it sinks into the skin nicely, but it also really supports the skin barrier. This has 10% urea, 5% 5% squalane, and 1% colloidal oatmeal. So it's going to help calm the skin. It's going to help support your skin barrier. Mine is a brand new bottle, but I'll just pour out a little bit just so I can show you guys. So it looks like this. It's not too stiff of a texture, as you can see. So it's not really hard to get it to sink into the skin. It sinks in really quickly, but it also feels like it's providing long-term moisture. I think the addition of colloidal oatmeal makes it really nice if you have irritated skin or if you have dermatitis, anything like that. Again, no fragrance, so it's great for calming and soothing and moisturizing the skin. The final product is actually their newest addition to the line. They just came out with this. This is their Software Update Performance Retinol Serum. This is a 0.25% retinol for the body, which is a low concentration of retinol, but still enough for you to see the effects. This also has 5% niacinamide and 3% glycerin. So it has a pump, and it's a really nice slim packaging. I just like the way it feels in my hand. This is the texture. So it's very much a serum, but it also has hydrating ingredients in it. And I'm excited to see more body retinol options just because I know I can speak for myself. I give a lot of attention to the skincare that I put on my face, but not always the same care to the body. And you do see signs of aging on the body. We want to give our body all the love that we give to our face. This is so nicely formulated. It sinks in nicely. I don't use actives on sensitive areas of my body. For me, that's my neck and décolleté, but this is great for me, for arms, for hands, legs. Hands especially, we see signs of aging a lot, especially photo aging. Being out in the sun, if you drive a lot, your hands are really exposed. So having a retinol option for the body is really nice. I would even use this on my face because it's so nicely formulated. And it's a nice size. It's 2.5 ounces for $44. And for a lot of retinol serums for your face, it's that price for 1 ounce. And you don't really want to be using that on your body because you're going to use it up so much more quickly. So it's nice to have a body specific retinol option. And I would use this as an overnight treatment. And then if you are using it on your hands or exposed parts of the body, just make sure you're using sunscreen because retinol can cause some photosensitivity. So just to recap, use the buffing bar if you like a physical exfoliant in the shower, comfort cleanse if you want a hydrating body cleanser, speed soak if you want a lightweight body moisturizer, carry a cream if you want a richer body moisturizer, and then for body actives, you've got your smoothing solution for bumps and texture, and then you've got the software update for retinol, for anti-aging, for smoothing fine lines and wrinkles, that sort of thing. I'm just so excited to see Sephora diversifying their body care range. I think body care has really blown up in the last few years. I'm sure you've seen it as well. And I just think no one's doing it quite like soft services, just in terms of their specific tailoring of each product to unique needs. And again, you know, I just love Dieux Skin. I'm so excited that these brands are at Sephora. I think at the moment these brands are only at Sephora US. I'm hoping that partnering with Sephora means that they will have more accessibility, that they will become globally accessible. I know that, you know, smaller brands, especially as they're starting up, have difficulty just affording the cost of international shipping, regulations, all of that. So coming into Sephora really makes sense in terms of accessibility for consumers. So as soon as they become available internationally in Canada, etc., I'll keep you guys posted. For now, it's Sephora US, but I do want to give you guys these reviews in case you're able to get your hands on them. So that's it for me today. It's a quick one, but I just wanted to give you some reviews just because these are two brands that have landed at Sephora that I'm really excited about. But I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions or anything that I didn't get to, or you're trying to make a decision, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to meet you there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.